Well, tonight the Cedar Valley is remembering the life of a 14-year-old student who died on her way to school Tuesday morning this week. Thanks so much for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Elizabeth Kling.
And I'm Ron Steele. You know, 14-year-old Kelli Schmitz was the only cheerleader for the Don Bosco boys basketball team. In fact, she was volunteering as a cheerleader so she could cheer on her brother, who's a senior for the Dons. KWWO reporter Emily Moss was at tonight's big game for the very latest on what they're doing to honor Kelli.
At the Don Bosco versus Maquoketa Valley game tonight, the crowd was grieving a familiar, smiling face after 14-year-old Kelli Schmitz tragically died in a crash Tuesday morning on her way to school.
I just want us to make Kelli proud.
Kelli was the lone cheerleader for the basketball team, inspired to do it on her own to support her brother, David, a senior starter.
She cheered by herself at home games, and she did not stand in a corner and just stand there. She would walk out, she would do flips, she would get the crowd going. She was one of the most vibrant, energetic, happiest people that you could be around. She was great. She was unbelievable.
Tonight, it didn't matter if you were a Wildcat or a Don. Everybody is here cheering on Kelli the same way that Kelli cheered on everybody.
We could all be like Kelli. You know, we could all be courageous. We could all be kind, and we could have an absolute blast while we're doing it. And that's what she did.
The news of her death spread far and wide across the Cedar Valley. For head coach Zach Goodwin, he hopes the community continues to wrap their arms around Kelli's family and friends.
Their house is filled. It's filled with love. It's filled with help. But as time goes on, people have to go back to their normal lives. And so I just encourage everyone in the community to continuously check on the Schmitz family, as they have for us hundreds and hundreds of times.
And that everyone learns something from Kelli's short but impactful life.
I want us to be like Kelli. I want us to be courageous and be strong and have a joy of life like she did. And I know she's going to be here tonight. I know she's going to be watching her brother. If this 14-year-old can be that brave and that kind and that joyful with her life, I think all of us can.
Emily Moss, News 7, KWWL.
Emily, thanks so much. That video of the lone chair, that really got me for sure. You know, Coach Goodwin said earlier he wanted the Dons to play tonight for Kelli, and we are happy to report that the Don Bosco Dons did get a victory early this evening in that playoff game against Maquoketa Valley.
And we'll have highlights of that special game later on in this broadcast.